Ladies and gentlemen, school's open because this guy I'm about to bring y'all on is the guy who taught me how to play drums. Now, y'all probably said, oh, so he taught you how to play drums, Bobby? Yes, he did. All I had to do was listen to Jive Turkey, boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, Jive Turkey. That's all I had to listen to. Or Heaven Must Be Like This. And that's all I had to listen to. And I learned how to play the drums. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the one and only from the legendary Ohio Players, James Diamond Williams in the building. Hey! Where's he?
What's up, Bobby? What's up, man?
There we go.
Listen. Listen. I am not responsible for all of that, okay? Just I'm sure you found some other things to be and listening to besides James Diamond Williams and learning about.
Hey, listen,
you know?
listen.
Right.
Listen, my brother's watching now. My brother's a musician too. And my brother will tell you, my brother will tell you, Diamond, like when me and you was on the phone before a couple of weeks ago, I was telling the truth. I literally learned how to play drums listening to everything. That's why I asked you that question. We're going to get some questions in a little bit. But hey, first of all, how are you doing, Mr. Diamond?
Man, I am doing great. Are you kidding me? Listen, we still rocking and rolling, bro. I'm still blessed to get up every day, and know basically who I am and what I'm going to do that day. And it's all a blessing, man. I'm good. It's good. It's a good time in my life right now. Okay, it's a great time.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, man. I am glad a lot of people who enjoy the Ohio Players are happy that you are definitely still doing what you're doing. And some people don't know you still out on the road playing with the Ohio Players, man. You still playing.
After 51 years of this band, we still slamming as ever.
Let me ask you something, man. So what makes you after, because you got the gold records, the platinum records, you done record, you done it. What makes you say, you know what, I'ma still do this?
The money. I didn't get the money when I had the gold and platinum. I forgot the money. So I'm coming back now to collect the money. That's what makes me do it now, Bob. I wouldn't lie to you, my brother. You know I ain't lying. I ain't scared. I ain't scared to say it. It's the money. Okay, I need money. You know what I mean? The more the money, the better I am.
There you go, man. Well, you know something? I'll accept that because I'm sure the way they paying people today, I go out for the money too, man. I'll tell you the truth.
That's why I told him. I said, I ain't like, Dr. J and Kareem and all. Listen, I'm still in the game. Pay me.
There you go. Exactly.
It's all, but you know what? On the bottom line, all kidding aside, listen, man, we are so blessed that people still remember our songs, that our songs are still being played.
Yes.
There's every reason for us to be out here, man, because there's a younger generation that, one, doesn't know as half as much about being live in their entertainment and their performance as much as they do now with machines.
Right.
Life goes on, history, progress happens, and I'm good with that. But, just like people used to ride horses and covered wagons, there's still musicians that are slamming today, of which I'm very happy to be one of which.
Yeah, well, real quick, man, because I want to get as much information to the people who's watching now about you. Number one, you actually join the Ohio Players. Tell us quickly if you can, because you actually bogarted your way to become the Ohio Players drummer. Tell us about that story, man.
I spoke it, Bobby. Here's the story. I was in a band called the Overnight Low. First they were called the Majestics.
Right.
And Marvin Pierce and also Clarence Willis, who are now part of the band, or used to be.
Right.
Chet's still part of it. We came out of that group, the Overnight Low. We had the occasion of playing with the Ohio Players. I had never seen him. Of course, I'd heard about him, but I just didn't have the occasion to go in and check him out. I'd never seen him. In my mind, in my spirit and body, I just knew that the Overnight Low was the best band. Although we had been around, Bobby, and people had told me, they said, y'all a good band, but there's one better than you, one fair person in the city fairer than you. And I said, who is it? They said, the Ohio Players. I didn't take that lightly. I was kind of backed up by that, But so we had the occasion of playing with them, man, at a place called the Lakeview Palladium. Okay. Nice place in the city here, man. And I just got in my mind and said, man, we getting ready. Okay, we finally, it's like Ali and Joe Frazier. We getting ready to do this thing. You know what I mean? So we went on, man. We went to hometown crowd. Again, I'll say it. I told you I'd never seen these boys before. So then the Ohio Players came up, man. Bobby, when they hit the stage, it was like pandemonium. Like, I don't know, it was like went just absolutely berserk in that place. They
Wow.
came out with the capes and the hot pants and the boots, and it's like, oh my God, what is it? I mean, and they just swashbuckled us all over the stage. You know what I mean? Just
Wow.
Bobby, they did a mean thing. Okay, it was not a good sight. And but I listened to them, and in fact, my wife, who was my girlfriend then,
Mhm.
she's still in the other room right now. After
Okay.
52 years,
Wow.
I told her that night, I said, the band, incredible. I said, but that drummer, I said, he played a shuffle with the band on most of the songs all night long.
Mhm.
I said, LaDon, if I ever get a chance to play with that band, I'm going to take his job.
Oh.
Well, 2 years later, Marvin, who had been with that band, the Overnight Low that I talked about, was then with the Ohio Players. He called me up. He said, Jimmy, my name wasn't Diamond then. He said, Jimmy, uh, Greg has gotten sick, taken ill, and he's in the hospital. Are y'all working this week? We were. He said, man, can you sit in with the band? I said, yeah, man. Well, the rest is history.
There it
I,
is.
I'm still sitting in.
Yes.
Bobby, they went to the hospital and told Greg. Now,
Oh,
I want you to know this. He was the leader of the band at that time.
what?
He was not just a member. He was the leader of the band.
So this was his band.
This was his band. They told him in the hospital, Sugarfoot, Pee Wee, Satch. I would name the people that told him, Bobby. Okay, all right. Marshall. Okay,
Right.
they went to that was his boys. Okay, easily they said we got one better than you. You just go on and get well. Okay, and actually, Bobby, we switched bands. I
Right.
went with the Ohio Players. He went with the Overnight Low.
Okay. Well,
That's how it worked out.
I'm gonna tell you though, man. Me knowing that part of the history, and everybody that's learning it now. Hey, Stacia is watching. She's a big fan. Stacia is a big fan of the Ohio Players. She's
Is that
watching.
right?
Yeah.
We love you. We love you.
One thing that I do know for a fact, what you contribute to that band as y'all went on to start recording more and more songs after the Westbound. Well, after the Westbound stuff, that you contribute, and I had to watch a live performance of y'all to realize, Diamond, you sing a mean falsetto, man. Like you do a mean falsetto. Like you go up there in vocals.
Man, before I got old, I used to be able to do that. Say like people when they get it, they don't jump as high, Bobby. Okay, and I don't know how mean it is, but it's a falsetto now. Okay, but yeah, Billy Beck and myself, the keyboard player,
right,
who were really inspirational in the change musically that happened with the band after the Westbound situation and days.
Right.
I joined the band, and likewise Billy Beck, who's a very accomplished pianist,
Yes.
joined the band, and we took on the background vocal parts. And at that time, there were so many doo-wop groups, man. I ain't got to Isley Brothers, the Shylights, the whole, most of which had them high falsettos.
Right.
So we just went, trying to attack the system as the system was running at that time. So we had to sing up high, man. It worked well for us. Of course, Sugarfoot had that growly Southern, girl, and his own way of phrasing and being able to rhythm and rhyme everything that he was talking about.
Yeah.
And it was a new era in bands doing everything, singing and playing, rather than having a singer group and a band.
Right, exactly. And that's one of the great things I like about bands back then. Everyone had their own identity and their own sound. Here's a question I do want to ask you, because I know that you play, y'all have done concerts with lots of bands. Could you think or remember yourself who was one of the toughest bands that the Ohio Players? I'm talking about when y'all had hot records out. I don't know it was all friendly rivalry stuff, but who was the toughest band you could say, yo, that was a tough show tonight playing up against whoever it was, Earth, Wind, and Fire, or who? Have you ever come across that? Playing against like another band, like they tough?
Bobby, in any situation, no matter how much on top of the game you are, you have good nights, you have bad nights.
Right,
okay? Right. LeBron James, who's the king.
Right.
He don't win every game. Okay.
Right.
And there's a few bad nights that happen. Now, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. During a certain period of time, and I'll tell you when it was.
Okay.
It was when we wrote Skin Tight and Fire.
Okay.
In the same year.
Right.
Two platinum records in the same year. At that time, we took no prisoners. I
Right.
don't care who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we were at the top of our game. Okay, we were playing hit songs. We were in the studio all the time.
Mm-hmm.
To be a gunslinger, you got to sling the gun.
Yes,
We
sir.
were at that time. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You have a span where you just have a run. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just like in basketball, football, we were on a run at that time. In fact, we wrote 3 platinum albums. So
Right.
we were, but the value of the songs at that time, the um, the ingenuity and the difference that we created in the writing. When you write a song called Skin Tight, and the rhythm of Skin Tight was different from anybody that was producing any funk or otherwise rhythm, as far as the band was concerned at that time.
Right.
That wasn't just R&B. That man, when you talking about doom 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 doom
Mhm.
doom 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 doom, that's an unusual pattern there,
Yes, sir.
without a doubt.
Yes,
To
sir.
create a song about that, and then create it about a time period where the girls and the women were wearing skin tight stuff. It was all relative, man. Are you kidding me right now? So so all of that, not to mention the album covers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It put us on a roll on different from anybody else. And different from and because we produced it, wrote it, and mastered it, everything ourselves, it was player, 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 player.
Right.
Um, so it created a strong unit. Again, at any time. That listen, first time we played, I give you an example. First time we played with the Barcades.
All right, let's go. That's what we talking about. Let's go. Let's go.
Let me give you a story. And the Barcades had just put out that Shaft stuff, okay?
Right, right, right.
And we down in Memphis. I can tell you where, Bobby. I got memory. I ain't got no money, but
Uh,
I got memory, okay? It was at Fisk University. And I never really knew too much about Barcades. I'm new in the band. I'm trying to get my, I'm trying to play.
mm,
Hang on with these boys. And we played, I think at that time, we might have had Out Funky Worm, but Skin Tight went out.
mm.
And man, them boys cranked up that Shaft stuff. And it was like, oh my God. These, and the place went crazy. Okay.
Uh,
You get dusted, man. Listen, we went back and forth with George Clinton. Certain days he wins, certain days we win.
mhm.
Another group, New Birth was a bad group at
Oh,
this one
yes.
time. Man,
Yes.
you kidding me? New Birth and them kids, because I knew them from the time they were the Nightlighters,
Right,
up
right,
in
right, right.
Detroit. I go back with them when they was in one house, all practicing, and had the house with the beads on it, different rooms. You go from one room to another. If somebody got black lights, all that. I go back with that band a long way.
Right.
Love that band. Okay. Tremendous on stage they were at one time. No
Yes.
doubt about it.
Yes.
Of course, Kool and the Gang, all
Mhm.
those groups that were happening at that time, man. But yeah, man, it goes back and forth, As an entertainer, you do what you do, and the other group coming on before or after are doing the same thing,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I loved it back then because you get to watch great musicians at their best. And I'm glad that I got to catch a lot of that area as a kid. Watching y'all on shows like the Midnight Specials or Don Kirshner's Rock Concert,
Yeah.
shows like that, to kind of see exactly how you guys were really working into the game. Now, I want to move a little bit forward too as we come through. Now, there was a time where the Ohio plays, you guys were hot. You was on a great run. You was doing Soul Train, but then there was a point where disco came in. I understand that when disco came in, it kind of shifted you guys. Would you say that happened for the Ohio plays coming into the late 70s, going into the 80s?
A lot of things happened, Bobby, at that time. Undoubtedly,
Mm-hmm.
disco was a major part of it musically. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was strong. We had Donna Summers, all that kind of junk was going on. Love to Love You, Baby, all that junk was happening, man. It was hot as fire.
Right.
Of course, it kind of destroyed me. I'm kind of funky, syncopated drummer.
Right.
Disco does not have syncopation, not one bit.
Not at all.
You
Right.
know what I mean? It's like, monotonous for a drummer,
Mm-hmm.
to play disco. I guess, people couldn't lose the beat. Heck, it's every beat. How could you lose it?
Right.
So it was strong. We tried to fade into it because, one, the Ohio players at that time, we didn't have a structure or a pattern that you could imagine or a bag that you could put us in musically.
Right.
That's why we wrote songs called Angel. We wrote songs called Contradiction.
Mm-hmm.
We wrote songs called Little Lady Maria. We wrote songs called Good Luck Charm. We wrote, that were different in title and musically likewise.
Right.
So we didn't just write R&B songs or dance songs or whatever. And so we likewise tried disco, okay, because it's just another form of music. Again, it was so simplistic.
Right.
Some things it's like when you're a ball player, it's like, okay, I'm shooting these daggone 3-point shots. Now we're going back to layups. Come on,
Mm,
you kidding me? I'm doing
mm,
just layups. That's all I'm doing is layups,
mm.
layups, layups. That's not interesting. Okay, I
Right.
might leave the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
And for us, again, Bobby, some other things on the outside of music was very involved in the change in our lives. And we're not going to go into that, Bobby, because that ain't music.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, we don't want to. That's why when I do shows like this, I like to bring on artists like yourself, educate people, because I'm all about really just kind of reintroducing people, particularly my audience, which is majority of a black audience. I mean, I have some white audience too, but a black audience that have to be reintroduced of learning how to be performers and players again. We missed that. I even asked my brother a while ago. I said, name me a band that's out today. You can't. There are no bands out today at all that we can mention. But in the 70s, we had Earth, Wind and Fire, Cameo, Ohio Players, T Connection, BT Express, Brass Construction, Sky. We had bands. Bands was going at it with each other, making
Everywhere.
music everywhere.
Everywhere.
And coming from different places. Like y'all from Dayton, Ohio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody was coming. Slave. Everybody was coming from that area, bringing that funk.
Heat Wave, Zap,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Come on, Zap. All that's from Day. And then you had you had all kinds of bands,
Right. Right.
from everywhere. Brass Construction,
Yeah.
Barcades. I mean, they were everywhere.
They were everywhere. So
yeah.
And it's bad that we don't have that no more. I mean, I guess we can. People are trying. It's never too late because you can always start. Everybody can always start their own band, but kind of get into learning again of how of playing and what connects and what don't connect. I think that's one of the things that I miss so much about Prince, because when Prince came to town, he always did an after party where you could jam and play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a great thing. For cats who like playing their instrument, And I think that's one of the reasons why you still out there, man, because I know you still love playing drums. I know you go make the money, but I know you still love playing drums, man. Like,
not as much as I love making the money.
Oh,
no, Bobby, quite seriously. Listen, man, yeah. If I didn't love still playing the drums, I wouldn't be out here, man. That's my first love. You know what I mean? I started out too young, and I've been doing it too long. I'm doing it longer than I ever expected to be doing it on the real side, Bobby.
And that's a blessing.
So that's got to be just love about all the whole process of it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But as anything, man, the evolution of music and musicians have changed. And in order to get that back, it has to start with, first of all, having that gift that's given, recognizing it,
right,
and then developing that gift. Not unless you come up with some kind of virtuoso or whatever, you have to develop that gift.
Yes.
And put time into it, and dedicate yourself to making it as best as you can and perform in various different, entities within this music business. That can help sometimes. Like I think I told you, Bobby, for years I was doing elementary school and high school.
Yes.
I was part of the All City Orchestra, All City Band. I went to music scholarships, at Miami University in the summertime for accelerated music students in Ohio. All that. You got a free ride to Kentucky State, for music to go to school. Went to the University of Dayton, transferred there, and then got drafted to the Ohio Players.
Right.
But I had, did all due diligence to be prepared for that situation when it came about to do what I'm doing today.
Right, exactly. And again, man, we are happy to see that you still do your thing. Now, I'm going to ask you a question real quick before I let you go. But first, this question is for me, and maybe a couple of other drummers maybe want to ask this questions. Now, listen, I listened to all the Ohio Plays albums, the ones that you played on. So I'm going to ask you a question, Diamond. Songs like "I Want to Be Free," "Roller Coaster," "Love Roller Coaster," even "Skin Tight." Tell me the truth, Diamond. Did you use a double pedal on the kick?
Oh no, man, no.
You was the fast foot guy.
I don't even know how to work a double pedal. Okay, as far as bass drum, I know how to work a hi-hat pedal, which is not a double, and a bass drum pedal. Okay, I don't know how to work a hi-hat pedal that's a bass drum. I don't listen. I'm not that complicated. I couldn't even come online to be on this show because I couldn't figure it out. Okay,
right,
so you know I couldn't figure that thing out right there. One is enough if you can use it as fast as you can.
right,
Okay,
right.
I tried to use that one I got, and I still do as fast as I can. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much time did you practice to get all that? I mean, I listened to it. I'm like, it took me a moment to really learn how to do. I want to be free to break down. Boom, 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 boom. But I was like, my brother I used to rack my brain. Like, how was he doing that?
Listen, man, you know how to be a rug rat, you got to be in the gym.
Right,
That's all I can say, Bobby. You know what I mean? So I was a rug rat. I was a drum rat.
right,
Okay,
right.
and in some cases, you know, my neighbors could tell you I practice too much. I
Okay.
practice things all the time because you know, as anything else, you're not gonna get it right away. You're
Right.
not gonna get paradiddles, double paradiddles, you know,
Yes.
flams, flam accents, all these things that are rudiments that are important and necessary for a drum. You're not going to get them to speed or where you want to get them right away. You
Right.
start out slow, you play it well, you try to perfect it, you try to get faster, it doesn't come faster. Man, to be perfectly honest, it used to bring tears to my eyes because I used to have to practice every day for an hour.
Mm,
That I couldn't play some things that I wanted.
right.
But I did not quit.
Good.
And so when Rolling Stones came out with their top 100 drummers of all time,
Mm.
and they said number 72 is Diamond Williams, it made it all worthwhile.
There it is. There it is. Bing bong. Bing bong. There it is. Yes, and I agree. Well, I think you should be, a little higher, but it's all good. Your work has been noticed by a lot of great musicians and artists, and you're well appreciated. Diamond, what do you have on the plate for us? I know the How Plays is out. You just came back from doing a gig last week.
Yeah,
Where can people expect to see you guys play again, man?
man, we're out as much as they would allow us, not as much as I really would like to play, because we
Mm-hmm.
talked about that at the beginning of the show, how much in desperate need I am.
Mm-hmm.
But on the real tip, and I'm just kidding about that, Bobby.
I,
Your boy doing all right, okay? Your boy doing all right. But man, we're doing things. We're trying to. There's a lot of things that we're involved with right now. A movie's one of them. I'm
okay.
writing a book. I'm writing a book right now about my life and what how blessed I have been, to be a part of not only this band, but some of the stories that we've had along the way, difficulty and things that we've been able to accomplish within my life. So I'm writing that. So there's a lot of involvement in other things, but the band is going quite strong. We're in Cincinnati, Ohio later on in the month, and then we head out to California, Alpine, California. We go to Portland, Oregon, and then we're in a place called Stockbridge, Georgia. And all those in August, and then we're doing Detroit in September. So the band's doing well. Look at all the social media pages and look for our itinerary to find out where we are. And more importantly, if you find out where we are, make sure you're there with us.
Okay.
Because, it's been said before, you never know how long this band or yourself is going to be around. So don't miss the opportunity of seeing Ohio players.
Exactly. And that's what I want people to do. Now, I want you to, do you know all the websites where people can go to check for all the shows that y'all doing?
Yep, you can go to Instagram page, Ohio Players Official Instagram, Ohio Players Official .com Facebook page, and Raven, who's our social media person, is going to be very mad at me right now because I don't remember all of them. But one will probably take you to the other. We have a merchandise page, likewise, where you can buy all kinds of memorabilia for the Ohio Players, and yeah, we're around. You'll find us. If you look up Ohio Players, official Ohio Players, you'll find us.
All right, well, we're going to make sure we put it up on Flavor Videos 2.0 and iHeartRadio 101.9 page so everybody can check your out, man. I'm going to talk to some of my peoples in New York, and we need to get y'all here in New York City. All right?
I don't know why not.
Exactly.
New York is too big for me not to be there.
Exactly. We need to get y'all here. People need to see the Ohio Players here in New York City doing what they know how to, what they not even know, but what they do best. And and plus I want to see you guys because I actually really never got to see you guys. I think I got to see you guys when you were split up in different parts. You had one part Sugarfoot at one point.
Oh yeah. Who did you see? Did you see us for Sugarfoot?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, so I remember, but I want to see you guys still do your thing, man. Oh, real quick. Yeah, I know I'm going to ask him. I meant to ask him. I don't want to let him go without asking.
What's that?
So, you know, I'm a young man.
Let's start with that. Let's just start there.
Okay. So, as a young man,
Uh-oh.
as a young man,
Yes.
it wasn't Prince that turned me around. It was the Ohio Players album cover.
Bing bang.
Bing bang that turned
Bing bang.
me.
Hey, you listen, you wasn't by yourself, okay? And I tell you what, Bobby, you wasn't first in line either. Okay, it was a long line, man. Okay, long, bing bang back, but you know what I'm saying?
Bing bang.
No, you wasn't first. Okay, did you notice in Skin Tight, it was my face that was next to the derriere?
Yeah, that's right, baby.
Good Lord, come on now, come on. You talking about Skin Tight? What is going on here? This is not drums, Bobby. This ain't music, okay? This ain't music. This ain't music, okay? But I hear a sound coming on. All right.
You know? I said I have to ask Diamond. I'm sorry. As a kid, you know, people said Prince. No, it was the Ohio Players. You open that album cover. My favorite one that turned me out was the Honey Girl, the one with the honey.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Yes.
And that's when you think about a song called "The Funky One."
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My God. Come on now.
I Jackson that.
Come on.
Oh, he can.
What?
He gives it to us. He gives it. You get it from the horse. Yes.
Man. Yeah, man. You know I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold it back. I ain't scared. Okay. I ain't got nothing to hide. Okay?
Bing bang.
Big bang.
Here we go. Let's do this. Okay. You know.
No doubt, Diamond. Listen, man. I swear this is so fantastic for me, man. I am glad that we got to talk before we actually got to do this interview. Because I needed to just really just get a lot from you, knowing the person himself, man. And I so much really appreciate you for what I do in music with my group. And I just have to say, and people don't do it enough in this industry, I have to thank you and give credit to you guys, because you and your guys helped us figure out a way how to form a band and how to form music. You know what I'm saying? And do it where, you know, and be different. We don't have to follow anybody else. And we definitely appreciate that from you, man. And people, make it your business to go to the official Ohio Players Instagram. Go look on there. Their website is official Ohio Players, and check out the dates. Like he said, they're going to be in Detroit. They're going to be in California. They're going to be in Portland. So look at those dates for all the people that's watching pretty much all over, because this is a worldwide iHeart page. And check out where you can catch the Ohio Players, man, because Diamond is fantastic and the band is still fantastic. And we are so glad that you're still around to give us the music, man. We really are.
Well, thank you so much, Bobby. I appreciate, man, each and every time I get the opportunity to, you know, talk and express and tell stories about, you know, things that happen with us, because it's only about other people learning about the struggle. I tell you what, it's not easy. The expression of music that we created was all about love. To make a good band, it's got to be about love. To make good music, it's about love. You don't receive that from no machine. It's a personal thing. It's a spiritual thing. Right. It's going to take love to make something right. The music that we've created, we feel is an expression of our love toward each other and for the creator that gave it to us. So we really appreciate this opportunity.
Yes, sir. Right. We thank you very much. And once again, everybody, he's going to have a book coming out pretty soon. I'm going to be talking to Diamond off and on anyway. So when that book get ready, we're going to go back on. Man, right. You know what we need to do, y'all? Seriously, we're going to work this out, because me and Diamond are cool now. This is my dude right here now. So I'm going to be talking to him. We'll find out what his schedule's like, and we'll bring him into New York. We'll fly him into New York so he can come in and talk about the book.
Bobby.
Yes.
My daughter, eldest daughter, lives in Long Island. I got a house in New York. I'm in New York all the time. Now, you can fly me, but I fly myself to come and see you, my brother. I'm there. My daughter's a Broadway director for Disney.
You know what?
I'm in the house. I'm in the house.
Bing bang.
You know what? We need
New York.
New York is up here.
New York is my home, man. I got a home there.
All right,
I got a home. I player number one. Come on now.
I got you,
yeah. Anytime, man. Anytime we can work that out. I'm there.
All
I
right,
was going to
good.
tell you that.
Good.
I can come and see you.
Good. So we're gonna work it out, and also you can bring your daughter. She can also talk about what she does.
Oh man,
stuff.
she's got way more important stuff to talk than I do. I wouldn't get a chance to say a word.
No,
She's
no,
like, no.
I can break the
Man,
conversation up because we still want more from Diamond.
my daughter's so much on fire, man. I am so proud of her. I have two of them. I'm proud of equal as for both of them. But yeah, no doubt about it.
Right.
Yeah, anytime we want to work that out, we friends, man. You call me up, see if we can work that out. I will be there. No doubt.
Definitely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Diamond, for joining us.
All right.
One and only James Diamond Williams from the Ohio Plays.